So yeah, there you go. So look, this is going to be mute. It's going to go, you know, it'll be fine in a couple of weeks. It'll be fixed, but it just shouldn't be released like that. I mean, it's not a me problem, is it? It's not a you problem either. It's a their problem. Really? $70? Come on, lads. But it's all down to this amazingly modeled, study level 3D cockpit that allows you to really fly the 737 in your own home.
Nevertheless, grave danger I fear in his training.
stream during the week. And I'll see you then, folks.
Yeah, that's it, folks. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time.
And we will certainly make some buttons and stay special goodbye there, folks. See what happens. The sea is climbing all over the place. The water crashing at that second. Right, those buttons. It's time for us to sign off. I think she wants a treat. Do you want a treat with the buttons? Do you want a treat? Okay, just look at me until I actually get off the seat. Excellent, folks. Pleasure as always. Me too. See you next time.
Good afternoon, folks, and welcome to another Crazy Madness stream. Well, not quite straight Crazy Madness, because we do take it a little bit soberly most of the time. Welcome. Sorry about the late start. I put it on Discord as quick as I could. I was stuck in traffic, so I just said rather than not stream, I'd stream at 6 o'clock. Now, the scheduling with this kind of thing is, you know, you have to be consistent, and I am aware of that. So, oops, I'm going to try maybe and get 6 o'clock or 5. I don't know which yet. So let me know what you guys think. And greetings, first of all, on Twitch to Johnny F. Johnny F actually says, for the massive stutters on NVIDIA, he rolled back to version 5.26.47 and it seems a lot better. Okay, so people are, as usual, with the updates. Thanks, Microsoft. Or Serbo. There's always a problem. Always a big problem with the updates. Yeah, so that's what we're having, and it'll be fixed and it'll all be back to normal, and then there'll be another update and then we'll be back to where we are. But look, it is what it could be, should be. It is what it is. I hate saying that. Anyway, yeah, so I've updated my NVIDIA drivers last night after the last stream, and let's see how that goes, because I didn't update them on yesterday's stream. So let's see how it goes, shall we? We'll see how it goes, because I was furious coming into land that time. And it got stuttery on me, remember? All that way. We are going from Stuttgart to Geneva. I don't think we've been to Geneva before. That is also another new airfield that we'll have a look around. This is Geneva as well. This is not the standard one. It's the better one, you know. Looks pretty good, you know. I can't have my viewers, you know, coming on to watch this with all the basic airports. The sounds are fantastic. By the way, there's lots of busyness, lots of aircraft coming and going. Well, there was there earlier on. We got a little bit of smoky weather here. Not too bad. We'll see what the weather's like now. Incidentally, I asked a captain of a 737. I said, sometimes, you know, you check the weather, because what if you can't make it? And he goes, no, Shane, we always go. We just go. If the weather's bad and we get there, we have to divert. We just go. There's never, very rarely a situation where they don't go, unless at the departure airport it's, you know, visit's too bad, which is very rare, etc. So they just, it's the way he said it. Because no, we just go. I know. Jody Leaper saying hello to Johnny F on Twitch. I get to YouTube now. Hey, look, how you're talking to each other. Johnny F says, I just thought I'd give Gripper the heads up. It's probably too late for tonight. Is that the, I'm presuming you're saying rolling back the drivers? Or is it the streaming time? Let me know. Let me know what time suits you best. I need to know from you guys, right? It's very loud in my headset. How's it for you? Let me see, make sure here that the volume's all working. It is. And we have the sim. Too loud? Johnny F says, yes, the driver, so thank God. Thank God. Always speak the truth, you know, on this channel. Speak your mind, folks. I know nothing's perfect, but we'll get there. On YouTube, Clappy D is always, Clappy D, we hail you. We hail Clappy D. Redcap 282 is also on the chat. Better late than ever, he says. We just about to send out a search party. Yeah, I know. I was in the car going, I'm not going to make it, man. And it infuriates me, because it has to be consistent every time. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then Sunday at the same times, every time. End of story. So it'll happen. Some people take years doing this before they get it right, it seems to me. You know, and I'm, you know, So, who's this? Let's see who's with us, folks, before we go. Because we're going to do the whole thing now. All the planning. The planning takes a while, you know. We've got the gun is with us. We've got Lodi Reaper. We've got Shady Sims flying. Shady Sims flying the 748, is it? Cool. I've got to find out what that is. There's Lodi Reaper. Let's just accelerate our camera up a little bit here to this end. We've got Maxi. I can only presume Maxi are with us. Say hello with the chat. Maxi, I'm looking for new victims. We're all looking for new victims, folks. So let your friends know if they're into this kind of thing, will you? And hit the like button, or the equivalent. There's the gun. He's flying the A310. Now it's showing up as an A380. I have the A310, right? Hang on. Let's check this out, right? Can we do this? Can we do this? Why isn't it showing up the aircraft that I already have? This is happening to me a lot now. Let me know if you have any advice on this. We're going to go into data. Everything's on, right? Let's have a look at the traffic. Real-time online. No, I already have that. That should be off, I think. You see, with the update, it resets some stuff. Aircraft traffic type. Real time. I have that with the add-on. That should be off. Show traffic nameplates on. Yeah. There was something else. Use generic aircraft AI models. And I switched that off. Use generic aircraft models. Multiplayer. Off. Show multiplayer aircraft in close proximity. Well, it does. So I think, I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? I haven't finished with the YouTube comments, by the way. What do you guys think? You know, this is the problem here, but it's switched off. You know, will you put it on and see? Will we? Okay, let's try that. Oh. No, still showing up as an A380. Anyone has any ideas? Let us all know. It's quite frustrating. I know. It's probably another bug. So Clappy D, Red Cap's on. Gabe is on. Good time for me, Gripper. Oh, great. 6 o'clock. Good for you, Gripper. Gabe, yeah, because most of us in this part of the world, you'll be kind of just back from work, won't you? Or in the tube or something. Hello, good evening, says Brian. Brian, greetings to you. Brian is a member. Thank you, Brian, for supporting the channel. Baker Fly as well is also a member. He says, great to be here. 6 p.m. is great for me. Good. I'm getting good feedback on that. Thank you, guys. And Brian is saying, time is good for me, so that's nice. Great. So no complaints there. I think 6 o'clock's better. Will I kick that off from now? Look, I've messed up with the schedule so much now the last week and a half now that, you know, I think it'll settle at 6 o'clock, you know. So it'll settle at 6 o'clock. How about that, folks? Who have we got there? Mert intro, hello. Mert I-N-I-O. Mert, greetings and welcome to the chat. We are going from Stuttgart to Vienna. Only the best will do. We've got the new airports on here now for our viewers. And then we have Baker Fly and is the A320N. That looks tiny. Look at the size between the A380 there. Now, the A380 is coming soon at some point. I saw a picture of the A380 with the Christmas hat on it, folks. Right, the free one from Fly By Wire. So I'm kind of, is that a hint? Is that a hint? You know, there's Maxi there. And as we go, I'll come out of the cockpit and we'll have a look. But I love the weather. The weather's bad. Let's declutter for the moment. Let's get to our airplane and let's start the planning process. Now this is going to be ideal for those of you. What the deuce? Don't worry about that. The door's open. Maybe they just want some air. Aha. First of all, flight plan. Let's go to the flight plan. Now, boom. I'm going to start from scratch. One person is going to thank me for this, I hope. Right. New flight. Boom. Sim brief. New flight. If you got any questions, I'll glance over here to the comments. You know, because when you guys ask questions and I can answer them, then we're getting somewhere. New flight. No, I don't want to generate a flight, you fool, Gripper Sim. New flight. We have a new flight already. Okay, so doesn't matter about the airline. We'll go easy. Flight number and departure. Departure from Stuttgart is Echo Delta Delta Sierra. We landed here a while ago, didn't we? And we're going to Geneva, which is Lima, Sierra, Golf, Golf. Interestingly enough, if some of you, I remember hearing the phonetic alphabet and thinking, how am I going to learn that? Actually, it just comes to you. Comes to you with practice. Not a lot of practice either. Alternate is somewhere there. And there's the date and the time, we don't worry about that. And the airframe, and that's all you really need. Right, A320, that's it. That's all you need. Now we can get fancy with it. With all this stuff here. The departure and arrival runways. The fuel. Now I'm going to take on an extra ton of fuel. Let's take it to, let's see if I get invigorated and do something crazy. Let's carry an extra 2 just in case. So an extra 2, and that'll all be loaded into the aircraft for the mass balance. Now I'm going to write down here some bits and pieces. Right. Let me generate the flight plan first. And once you've done this, you can go down here and you can see, there we go, there's a straight line there reasonably. It looks like Zurich is our alternate, which makes sense to me there. Very nice. Now here's the thing, here's a hole in my knowledge. Is this programmed into the alternate flight plan? No, I think you're going to make it up. That's a little hole there, so we'll do that one day. I need time during the day to prepare for streams, and I'm not getting that either, because this is something I want to do. You know, oh, we got to divert, and we're going over somewhere else, do a touch and go or something, have engine failures and stuff. I know, I keep talking about it. Okay, let's generate that. Generate the flight. Yep, that throws it up into the cloud, and it's put into the Fenix simulator for the flight management computer. Happy days. Now it has generated the following. This one. This is an Aer Lingus example of what it's supposed to be. And I know I'm cutting off my nose to spite my face because they don't have the tutorial for the Aer Lingus one somewhere in here in Flight Sim. You just point your mouse over, it tells you what it's doing or what it's showing you, because it's quite cryptic. You know, it's quite cryptic. So, let's have a glance here. A lot of this is some holes now, I admit. Right, and that'll, if I get the daytime, you know, I need to. Time is the fire in which we all burn, folks. Not all the time. We are leaving on runway 25. Happy days. We're arriving on a runway 22 into Geneva. Happy days. Our SID for leaving is Romeo, Oscar, Tango, Whiskey, Echo, 5, Bravo. Our arrival, our standard, our star, what's wrong with me? Standard terminal arrival, star, is Bravo, Echo, November, Oscar, I'm writing this down, Tango, 1, Romeo. As close as you can get. And you'll see now what I'm reading here. That's what I'm reading here. Oh, this bit here. There's the flight plan. And that looks good to me. That looks so good. That pleases me. Now, the altitude. 29,000 feet. Oberlin, 31,000 feet. Which one? Level, Oberlin. Is that the highest altitude? Okay, let's take a risk and go to 31,000 feet. Am I right? I have to learn this. We're going to 31,000 feet. And there's the rest. Okay, and there's lots more stuff and things. As it says here as well, our altitude. There's the flight plan here as well. Just done a little bit differently. Great. Anyway, sorry, I'm reading the weather here. Lots in here. Great, so that's that done. Alright. Okay, now let's get our checklist. Always use your checklist. And I'm going to slow down now. Remember, I said I have to slow down because you know what happens? You forget stuff and you balls things up. Park and brake. Now, of course, what I'm doing here is I'm checking my actual physical controls. Let me know if you want the camera on for the controls. It's not in the right position, I feel. It just looks awful and it's taking up real estate on the screen. Checking my detents there, that's great. My engine's off. The starter there is on normal mode. We've got our park and brake should be on. Yes, it is. Flaps are up and spoilers are up and all that kind of stuff. Great. Wipers are off. I put Alt L here for the light. Alt L. See, you got a little headlamp. Wiper spoilers are retracted. Yes, they are. We just checked that. Engine masks are both off. Yes. Mode selector. Mode selector's off. Yes, it is. Thrust reducers are idle. Flaps are retracted. Yes, they are. Anti-skid is on. By default, it is. But you know, the day I don't check this is the day it'll be off. Landing gear is checked down. Yes, it is. A fuel quantity check. That's in the flight plan. We'll have a look at that later. Battery master 1 or 2 on. Have a listen. And then external power, which is available. I love this thing. Now, oh, I remember something from yesterday's stream. Forgive me. I'm going to come out. I'm going to go to options. For current link at Saturdays, I have to turn down the volume because you can't hear him talk. So I had to look. Now, also in yesterday's stream in YouTube, it didn't record it for YouTube later on, so I'm going to have to fix that. Aircraft engines. Ooh, where we go, because you don't want to hear those. I'm flying safe. Go back. Resume. There we go. External power is on. Yes, strobe lights to auto. Oh. ADRS, let's line those puppies. We don't have to wait the 9 minutes, thankfully, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch them on. Let's switch them off. Let's switch them on again, and we don't have to wait 9 minutes. We will one time, when I get more complicated to this, we will one day. APU, engine master fire test, and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, okay. Assume I check them all. This is simulator. Instruments and display brightness. Let's get some lightage going. We get the dome lights up here. Those lights there. We get the dome lights on. There we go. Safety belt sign on. Good. Emergency exit lights. We need those for the peeps down the back and our new air steward or our new bursar. We have a new bursar in the channel, folks. You'll know when you see it. Annunciator lights test. Okay, those are over here. I've got to switch off the dome light because I'm in an opposition. There we go. And they're just testing all the lights and no bulbs are broken. And now we go to our flight plan. See, it's all aligned. Everything's there. All good. Now, flight plan. Init. I'll go steady and fast. Request init. Boom. We've already logged into SimBrief on the Fenix on the pad over here. We've already logged on. And there we go. It's loaded it up. Flight number 01. Good. A cost index. I'm going to use a 5. What's Ryanair these days? What is EasyJet? It's like a 3 or something. Let's go 3. I'm guessing 3. Cruise level. I said we're going to 31,000 feet. 31,000 feet. 310. Boom. Temperature looks about right. I'm good. Flight plan. Now this is the big bit. Flight plan. Boom. So we're going to our departure. This is for our standard incident departure. So we go into Echo Delta Delta Sierra, the ICAO for Stuttgart, and we're going to go departure. And we're taking off runway 25, which is here. And we said the standard instrument departure was ROT WE5B. So I'm looking for ROT down here. So scrolling down, you press the up key. I don't know why that is. I skipped past it there. There it is, see? Romeo, Oscar, Tango, Whiskey, 5 Brava. Exactly as it is in the flight plan. An insert. And you'll see here, by the way, right? As you're doing this, before you hit insert, you can kind of go, I'm going to plan mode. No. I'm going to go arc. It's not. There we go. That's better. So you can see here, we're going to go straight out. And we're taking off runway 25, and that looks correct to me. So we take that, straight out departure. Insert, boom. And we go down to the end here. It says Lima Sierra Golf Golf, which is the ICAO for Geneva. Hit that. And we're going to go arrival. And we're going to arrive into runway 22. ILS, please. ILS, runway 22. Boom. And now for our standard instrument arrival. Ben. I'm going down one. Down again. There we go. Bravo, Echo, November. Yeah. Oscar, 1 Romeo. Exactly as I said in the flight plan. And insert. Now let's check that. Okay. So to check that, we are going to. I have to kind of move the screen so you can see it, but not zoom out all the way. Let's hit the up arrow keys, and you can see here if you're on plan mode only, okay, you'll hit the up arrow and you'll go next bit, next bit, next bit, next bit. There we go. No discontinuities. All the dots line up. There's no broken yellow lines or broken lines there. And there we go. There's the runway there, and it's a nice straightened approach. There for runway 22. That's south. That's south is 180. West is 270. That was runway 22. Nice straight in approach, no complications, very simple, very straightforward. Happy days. I'm pleased. Because they're not going to be complicated. Right. Yes. RadNav. Okay, so we're not doing any fancy stuff today. RadNav. It's got the ILS frequency and VOR there for if you need to come back here. That's already in. And at page 2, let's get our weight and balance done. In it. Page 2. No, it's this one here. Great. 0 fuel weight and 0 fuel CFG. Let's get that organized. So let's get our mass and balance. So tap to import from SimBrief. Boom. Because I've already logged on. Don't worry about that. There we go. It's the weather I'm looking for here as well. So departure QNH. Seeing as I see it there at 1003, it's still low pressure here. 1003, 1003 once. 1003 twice. If anyone knows how to, so I can do it on one side and it changes them all, let me know. And 1003 thrice. That's the first time I'm checking the QNH. Right? The first time, and I'm going to check it later on. They're all 1003. Happy days. So, back to the weight and balance. So, go to weight and balance down here. Boop-a-doo, and load the aircraft. See, it already has the 128 passengers. All the fuel is done from that flight plan you saw earlier on. Load the aircraft. I'm going to do it instantly. There we go. CFG's up here. Boarding complete. That's it. There we go. 0 fuel weight 57148. So I'm going to put 57.2 in here to round it up. 57.2 slash, and then the 0 fuel weight CFG is 29.3. 29.3. 29.3. All the sounds have stopped. Boom. Block fuel is already done for the flight plan. Hit that twice. It's going to load it up now. Come on. Come on. There we go. 3.4. Confirm block. Great. It's not a long flight. This is just a message down here. Let's clear that message. Clear the message. Clear the message. I just want to go to flight plan here if you don't mind me saying so. Oh god, it's going to be a short flight, folks. I'm going to be really busy. The danger is now I can stuff something up. Because it's going to be up, down. Right? Oh. I'm going to be busy. So there you go. And then page 2 is done. Performance. Now for our takeoff performance. Boop. V speeds, trim, and all that kind of stuff. Let's have a quick look at the chat there. Whilst, because this does take a bit, doesn't it? Let's say who's here on YouTube. Good. Brian saying good evening. Baker flies with us. Great to be here. 6 p.m. is great for me as well. That's brilliant. Brian says time good for me. 6 o'clock's looking good. We might do that now. Do it for tomorrow. Some random Philip. Greetings, some random Philip, and welcome to the madness. Philip says, do you have a checklist or do you have a really good memory? I have a very good memory. Actually, I do have a checklist, but I do have a good memory. My memory is quite good. But in the airlines and in the small little airplanes as well, you follow the checklist, even though you know it off by heart. Because what happens in the checklist, you'll notice it's a big thing in the airlines, Philip. You're going through your stuff, and they used to memorize it off. But what happens is someone distracts you, and they go ba ba ba, and you don't know where you left off. And I have my thumb here, you know, where I left off. So I can imagine in the real things, they're going, what's that? It's a head burster. There's some problem with the galley, you know. So then they'll skip something. And it's really important. The checklist is vital, even in small airplanes, even though you know it off by heart. Even when I'm instructing on the little airplanes, checklist, and I drum that into the students. You know, so the beauty of flying in the airlines, the lucky bastards. You do the same thing over and over again, really. So that's great. And then you're topping up your knowledge, I presume, as you go all the time. You know, so they're doing the same thing over and over again, so it becomes really fluent. But also with that, you can become complacent. So hence the checklist. So yes, I am using a checklist. I am. It's good to get one. You'll see my earlier videos. And I stuffed things up because I missed the checklist. Did page 2. Where was I now? Yeah, I have it there. Performance. Yeah. So performance. Go ahead here. See, I knew where I left off. You see that? Checklist. Knew exactly where I left off. Departure. But the danger is when something goes wrong and you're chit-chatting, it's very dangerous. It's just not. It's sterile cockpit. It's just not on. Just not on. So thank you for that question, by the way, Randa Phillip. That was a really good question, I have to say. Also, Raisin Salmon is on again. Greetings and good morning to you, Raisin Salmon. I hope I pronounced that right. Welcome again. Hope you're enjoying the madness. Official Scarcraft. Oh, great. Are you a real pilot? You would not think so some of the time on the flight sim, but I do that on purpose. But yes, I am, but not in the big airplanes. I'm a flight instructor on the little airplanes. You know, single engines up to 5,700 kilograms. And I've been doing it for, oh God, it's coming up to 20 years now. John Classold. John, I'm sorry, I know I'm butchering it. He just is saying hello there. John, welcome to the madness. Also, who have you got there on Twitch very quickly? DCS Ducks, greetings and welcome. DCS Ducks, I know you sent me a message. I'm just so busy during the week. I get a lot of messages. So here is the best place, or the Discord or something, to message me, and I will get to you. I'm sorry about that. I've just been up to my eyes this last week on a bit. Lonely Reaper, greetings. He's saying hello to DCS. Robert Times is with us as well. Evening all Raptor X, checking in, firing up the sim at the moment. Great. DCS Duck says, Gripper Sim, missed the stream yesterday. Next time you're in Frankfurt, you need to come in for coffee. Absolutely, DCS Ducks. I will remember that. I know, yeah, and it's okay to miss the stream yesterday, and also on YouTube you can't see it because they messed up. YouTube messed up. I'm going to have to fix that. What are you going to do? Frankfurt, good. I was in performance, wasn't I? Yes, and I was going to put in all the speeds, and I was going to talk about... here we are. So the runway, we're taking off. So what this is doing, right? We're going to be taking off the runway. Is the runway too short? If you have an engine failure, right, or we're barreling down the runway, do we stop or go? And if you keep going, you know, if you come to a stop, can you stop by the end of the runway? You know, all this kind of stuff. So here we go. I'll go very quickly. Runway. I'll kind of stop and explain as much as I know if someone asks me. Okay. So we're taking off runway 25. Boom. There's the length. It's 3,000 meters, which is great. It's dry. It was raining earlier. It's dry. You know, it still would be wet though. You know, Flight Simulator, it was raining, wasn't it? It was when I started it. But it's dry now, so it's dry. Flap config 1 plus F. Meaning I want flaps 1. Force toga, no, I won't think I need to. Take off full power, basically. Take off, no. Anti-ice is going to be off. Packs are they're actually on. Right, great. So I load that. That calculates the takeoff weight and the CFG. Then the weather conditions, that downloads that from the real world weather. Now when I hit this calculate button, it's going to calculate when we can stop. So 137 knots, we can come to a stop. After 137 knots, we're going. We're taking off if you have an engine failure. Before that, we can stop by the end of the runway. V-rotate and V2. Great, that looks good. That makes me happy because we rotated 140 knots and we can also we'll be fine with one engine in operative. Interesting, 37, 38, you know, there's 3 there in between those two. You know, if we had yeah, okay, so look at that's fine, yeah. Flaps up, flaps 1 up 2. Great, okay, let's put these V speeds in. 137. Boom. 140. Boom. 140. Boom. Flaps 1. Up. 0.2. Damn it, I didn't put my eyes in the flex temperature. There we go. And the flex temp, 66 degrees. It's all about noise abatement these days, folks. So we're not taking off with full power. Let's take the temperature into account and how much fuel to put in the engine. So we're going to save some fuel. We're not going to create noise, too much noise, and all that kind of stuff. That's what that's about. And that's that done. So that's it. Okay. Predicted wind shear. We're going to switch that on. Where's all the noises from the airport gone, folks? No, that's the weather radar. It's gone very quiet in the airport, folks. It was really loud there with all the There's still noise out there. Maybe it was someone beside me. Okay, let's just keep going and get in the air. Okay, pressure meter's on. Cabin door is closed and locked. There we go. It doesn't actually... I think it locks it from the outside. Here's the lock here. So it locks it from the outside. So you can't get in unless you press that, but you can get out, obviously. Cabin door, okay, great. Barometric reference is already set. I've done that. And the barometric preference reference is... did it have it down here? No. Let's go. Oh, it did. It did have it there. QNH. Seeing as a refresher is 1003. Once, twice, and thrice. VOR ADF, we're not using that. No bother there. We're not doing any fancy stuff. FCDU altitude. Yes. Now here's my little cue for Navigraph, folks. I think it's. Let's have a guessing game. 5,000 feet. If memory serves. Does memory serve? Let's see if memory serves, folks. Let's see if I'm right there with my own memory thing. Okay, we're departing. Echo. Delta Sierra. Stuttgart. Boom. I'll just get an approach chart here. It'll tell me. 5,000 feet. Transition altitude 5,000 feet. So good. So there you go. Happy days. 5,000 feet. I'm going to put that in there because we've got no ATC yet. Speed is managed, heading is managed, IRS alignment is done and checked. EFS arc 10 miles. Okay, 10 miles. That's done. Boom, boom. Light directors are both on by default. I'm going to check it anyway. 1 onto 2 because the day I don't check it, today is... That's the day it won't be on. So master APU, master on. Wait 3 seconds. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. Boom. And APU start is good. Crew oxygen supply, we need that for breathing purposes. That's here. Boom. And just for shits and giggles, I can't help but do this. I'm sorry. You can actually test the oxygen masks. Good. A few pumps. We need those. 1 onto 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. Air conditioning. One day they'll have it simulated. So, Captain, the passengers are too cold. Too cold. Navigation lights on. And we put on the tail light as well for shits and giggles. APU. Once APU is started, APU will start down here. Now it was there and it's disappeared. But if you look at the APU here, it's now kicking off. And the APU, of course, at the back of the airplane. I can hear it now already. It's another little engine. It's a generator, really. Well, that's great. Let's get to another view here for later. It's very smooth here, folks. That's really smooth. Smoother than yesterday. I just noticed that when I moved that camera there, it was smooth as ice after the update for the NVIDIA drivers. Right. APU master crew oxygen supply. Yeah, fuel pumps are on. Air conditioning, we did that. Navigation lights. I switched on. APU, good. External power is off. APU bleed, is it ready? Available. Look, it says available there. How nice is that? We can get rid of the APU bleed. Where are you, APU bleed? Oh no, we want to get rid of the external power. What am I talking about? Well, APU bleed on first, the checklist. And external power off. Boom, now we can start the engines. Beacon light. Beacon light is a red light underneath the belly of the aircraft. Beacon light on. There we go, there it is. And now let's start off the engines. Let's kick off the motors, shall we? Well, first of all, let's get rid of all those chocks and cones and all the nonsense around the aircraft. So I'm going to go to Fenix here. And I'm going to go down here to ground surfaces. There's some doors open. Remember I saw the door open? Oh, it's closed now. Let's get rid of that stuff and the GPU. That door was open, remember earlier on? It was the other door. Okay, the doors are closed. You don't have the luxury of that in the real airlines, do you? Popping out and having a look at the outside of the aircraft. Right, let's kick her off then, folks, and get our backtrack going. Now, which way do I want to turn? Right when we are taking off. We are taking off. Let's go here to nav mode. We're going to have to backtrack a fair bit to take off runway 225. So we want the tail to the left as I see it, if that makes any sense to you. Parker brake off. Parker brake is here. See? And let's connect the tug. And while the tug is don't dare. While the tug is connecting, we're going to start up engine 1. Engine 2. So switch the ignition to start and engine 2. And that'll start kicking off. There it is. The temperature's kicking off. The N2, the inner fan, is starting to roll, and then the outer fan, which is the important one. Well, they're all important, but N1 is kicking off. Let's start the pushback. Start, please. And there we go. I'm pushing back. Oh yeah, that thing. Okay, I'm looking at my other screen here, doing this stuff and things. Oh gosh. Okay, now I'm seriously multitasking. Where did I put it? Oh, there it is. There. Come on. Come on. Open with. Damn you. Damn you, sir. I need to get that done.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this mostly uncomfortable and exhausting flight. We will be taking off shortly. We ask that you fasten your seatbelts and stow your loud babies in the overhead soundproof lockers. Those of you with large, oversized, ugly babies can stow them under your feet. We also ask that your seat and table ties are in their upright position for takeoff. Please ensure all personal electronic devices, including laptops, cell phones, and powered sexual implements, are powered off. Smoking is prohibited throughout this flight, but we will serve large amount of alcohol to ensure that your intoxicate levels are high for those of you who are feeling unruly. Alcohol is provided to ensure your personal intoxication and dehydration on arrival.
Start the second engine.
Those of you who are mentally compromised will also be offered alcohol, but smoking e-cigarettes is mostly definitely prohibited. This will make sense to us for some reason. Thank you for choosing Reaper Sim for your flight, and we hope you enjoy this journey with us.
Landing gear is not up locked. Now it is. Did I check that? Did I hit that by mistake? You know? Yep. Where are we now? Okay, so yeah, why alcohol and not e-cigarette? Alcohol can be more dangerous. Think about it. Okay? Right? You're taking 180 passengers or whatever it is, right? 160 something, depending on aircraft. In a small tube for hours at a time. And they serve alcohol to everybody, including people that could be, you know, a bit messed up. And that's all fine. So you put them all together into a small tube for hours and hours at a time, and you give them tons of alcohol. Does that make sense, or am I being a knob? I always thought that was very peculiar. Now the gear is down, lads. It's telling me, maybe it's not moving off. Okay, so let's just get back to flying here. We'll talk about all that funny stuff when we get off the ground. Okay, good. Both engines are started. Autopilot set, trim, stab. I'm at the trim. Stop trim. The trim. Boo. Flight controls, all is good. See, you can text, you know, elevator back to neutral and then fully forward. And then the ailerons, and we've got 4 spoilers on the left, and full deflection, and back to neutral, 4 spoilers on the right, and back to neutral, and our rudder pedals, happy days. Because when I have all those random checks on, this is going to be important, isn't it? But obviously not when we're taking off, because that's the end of the stream then, isn't it? Because you've got to get the engineers in then, and they don't simulate that. So, but really my point being is the trim, the trim here, with my thumb here, if you can see that on the video, can you see that? Oh, you can't see the other camera here. I'll get that camera on for you because you'll want to see that, I guess. Let's get the camera on. There's producer buttons having a nap, by the way. She'll be up later. You know it. I know it. She knows it. She's not going to let this happen without interrupting me. So that's what I was talking about there. So I'm going to trim it to nose up to, wasn't it? There we go. And that's how you actually know exactly what it is rather than kind of guessing here. Because there is another indication here. You know, there's your little white line there, and it's up to, and it's confirmed that was up to, right? There it is, up to. Great, that's fine. Happy days. Let's start taxiing and get out of here. So now I want to make sure the lever here is on normal mode because you started the engine. So I'm going to put down 10 flaps. Or sorry, I keep doing that because it's 10 on a Cessna, isn't it? The first stage. So flaps 1. Flaps 1. autopilot, set trim, good. Let's taxi, and we'll do the rest on the way, will we? So I'm taking the parking brake off, which I just did, and let's add a bit of park, get out of here. So it's all in the preparation, isn't it? Adding a bit of power now. You can see the engine spilling up here. Not too much though. There we go. There we go. I love these airports, you know, they're so well detailed, it really immerses you. You know, it really does. Now, I remember from yesterday that talking in the background's too loud. So, FS realistic, very naughty. So, what is that? Cabin ambience, isn't it? Cabin ambience. There we go. And let's keep going. Bear with me. I'll get this fixed one day so I don't have to do all this
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the crew, I ask that you please direct your attention to the monitors
Okay, we're all
above
good.
as we review the emergency procedures to remind you of possible horrific death during this flight. There are 6 emergency exits on this aircraft. Take a minute to locate the exit closest to you. When you are intoxicated, please refrain from opening emergency exits during your possible drunk episode during this flight. Should the cabin experience sudden pressure loss, stay calm and listen for instructions from the cabin crew. Oxygen mask will drop down from above your seat. Place the mask over your mouth and nose. Pull the strap to tighten it in. Good. If you are traveling with the children, make sure that your oven mask in the first before helping your irritating loud child. If you are unable due to intoxication, you will pass out and suffocate in an orderly fashion. In the unlikely event of emergency landing and evacuation, leave your carry-on items behind. Live routes and located below your seats and emergency lighting will lead you to your closest exit. Please be aware, if you are intoxicated, you will be unable to carry out any of these instructions. This also makes sense to us for some reason. Thank you.
And good, I'm just getting the memory items of the checklist done. Well, here we go now, here we go. Here we go. Where's my mouse gone? See, this is another bug that they've invented, and I've lost all control. Maybe escape button will do it. I've lost all control of the mouse there. And Microsoft, you know, stop giving us this fancy stuff and breaking everything else. They break the sim on every update. It's broken. Isn't it? It's broken. And I'm going to speed up the taxi a little bit more. So where was I? Okay, I was getting everything ready for... I armed the speed brakes there. Flaps are 10. I put on the auto brake there for rejected takeoff, and the lift jumpers are armed. I put the lights on, and that's all I need for now. Let's double check my checklist. Transponder to come, winter pro Pete. Okay, that's on auto. Spoilers are armed. Flaps are anti-ice, not necessary for the moment. Auto brake is done. Nose lights, taxiway lights are on. Parker brake, and weather radar. Well, now we can put on the weather radar, folks. Although it's not working yet, it's not meant to. They'll get to that, won't they? So I'm gonna just add a little bit more power and start moving down the line here. Oh, we got a bing bing. And by the way, I've just realised there 35 minutes ago, Mert, I know, had followed. Mert, thank you very much. And I saw the bing bing and it didn't mention your name. Mert, forgive me. I was distracted with the stuff and things. So Mert, welcome, and I'm delighted you're following. Also, wow, we have a new... oh no, you're resubscribing. That is G Cook Scotland 1. Oh yes, I remember you. G Cook Scotland 1 has resubscribed Prime for 2 months. Thank you very much, Cook Scotland. I appreciate it, and I'm delighted that you enjoy this, you know. I'm delighted that you enjoy the sim. Now, there's more stuff coming up with the engine failures and stuff, but I get the time. We're going to really show this aircraft around. We'll have a look at it on the way. We might have time to try one, actually. We'll experiment the way down, right? We're going to do some experimentation. We might do a go-around and an engine failure on the go-around. Okay, it'll be an experiment because I haven't tried it before, but look, we'll find out. There's another taxiway here parallel to me, so we'll go all the way to the end. Let's use the whole runway. Let's have a look at the chat there, or at least have a look outside here, right? Here we go. I'm taxiing very, very fast, and I'm very, very bold. Greetings to Mike. Mike, first time chat. Mike Dude Super. Nice name. I like it. He says he's on the Xbox. Great. Well done. What's your game tag? Well, the best way to do it, Mike, right? Don't go to Xbox because I don't play the Xbox, right? You can go into the simulator itself, right? And you can add me as friend in the simulator because I don't play Xbox. I have one, but I never use it. And you'll be sending me messages and you'll be going, what's this problem? So go into the flight sim, look for Gripper Sim, and you can friend me in Gripper Sim, right? Also the Discord as well, looking for Gripper Sim. If someone's online there, that you might push the Discord link on. I'll do it in the cruise, right? Because that's a lot of information in there as well and help you. So welcome, Mike Dude Super. Happy days. So does that make sense, Mike? You can chat away, right? Chat away in the chat. Let me know if you can see Gripper Sim in the flight simulator. Because I get loads of Xbox, the actual Xbox, but it's not what you want. You want the flight sim. So you need on the Xbox there. Robert Times is saying, I guess the flight attendant had some alcohol. Yep. That's, we'll talk about this in a way. I should have it a crack. Remind me to talk about it. Oh, we won't have time because it's going to be a busy flight. I just think it's bizarre that it's a big thing in airplanes. It always has been. I used to fly Aer Lingus from time to time over to the UK, and in the morning, the red-eye flight, they give you a little mini bottle of champagne. Yay! Right? In the morning, going to work, really? Going in an airplane, going to work at 6 o'clock in the morning with an empty stomach, drink a bottle of champagne. Really? And I have it here. I kept it for all those years. I was going to save them up, but it was actually one of the last flights they did it when I realised I wanted to keep one for shits and giggles. They used to serve you on Aer Lingus champagne on the business flights onto the UK. Little baby bottle. Hilarious. Okay, we got permission to line up and wait. Okay, let's assume that. Let's have a look at first, though. Look out there, yeah. So it's kind of all the weather's changed here now. It's all nice and sunny, folks. It's all nice and sunny. Line up and wait. So that's exactly what we're going to do. Now let's see if I can get this. See, remembering the nose wheels underneath me, or slightly behind me, I'd say. Let's get right lined up here proper. I overcooked it a bit, but it's not the worst in the world. See, otherwise I have to add power then. And, well, there, that'll do. That's nice. There we go. Okay, so we were lining up and wait. Okay, so we have the transponder, pro-heat, spoilers, flaps, anti-ice, auto brake, yeah, nose light, runway turn off lights, parking brake, yeah, weather radar is on, yeah, chrono, let's start the chrono then. And we're going to go like a bat out of hell. Chrono started. Takeoff config and takeoff memo. Takeoff config. Boom. There we go. And we're all green lights except for the landing gear not up locked. Now, let me recycle that. Oh, it won't go up. The actual handle won't go up. Do I have to do... Is that weird? Or what? Okay. It's not even... I can't even... It's a bug. Okay, that's fine. I will see if it gives out. That's what it is. I'm going to keep going. But this should all be green with other stuff. So why aren't we getting it? And I missed the APU. See what I mean by chatting? Those should be off. Okay, let's rock and roll. So. Okay, let's go. 50% power. Chrono, there's the stopwatch. Oh, there's the stopwatch going. Okay, engines are good. Up to flex. And off we go, folks. Yeah, I'm on the cat's eyes, which pleases me. Oh god, it doesn't seem to be accelerating very quick. Oh, it is. It's okay. They've all stopped talking now. 80 knots. And we're accelerating slowly. Big difference, the acceleration between full power and flex. V1, rotate. 15 degrees. Well, 15 degrees, stay on the center line all the way up. Positive rate of climb. Gear up. Feet off the pedals. We're going to fly manually for a bit. Good. Now we're accelerating. We're accelerating up to this S speed, so for slats. And that's when we can take off that one stage of flaps we have. So let's have a quick look outside. Easy jet. How cool is that? Really nice. Going up to 5,000 feet. Got 2,200 feet to go. Okay, let's get the autopilot on. And power back to climb. Oh, sorry, climb. Jesus, what a mistake. Climb is set. I took it back too much. The tense. I pulled the throttle back too much. It went back to here momentarily. Bloody hell. On the control I have, you can adjust the strength of the detent, and I might play with that. Right, so autopilot's on, and we're good. It's going to level off to 5,000 feet. We're very, very careful of that. We're coming up to our S speed here now. Flaps are coming up. Flaps are coming up. We are cleared now to 29,000 feet. 31. Push it in. Now we go up to 31,000 feet. And it's marked it. I do understand there's more call-outs on departure there. Because I'm rolling down the runway thinking, now something has to be done here. I just saw it in a video with an airline, you know. SRS and things like that. I'll have to learn what they are. What was it? SRS, damn it. You see, once you know what it means, then you'll remember. If you know how something works, you'll remember. You know. There coming up. I am aware it's 250 knots. We're going to stop at 250 knots there because of the constraints. Below 10,000 feet. And we're good with the speed. It just goes a little bit above. You see that? So it's not my fault that I broke the speed limit. It'll tell us down here if I go to flight plan. But it's going a little bit faster than 250, isn't it? So after takeoff checklist. After takeoff checklist. Gears up, yep. Flaps are up and retracted, yep. Spoilers disarm. Boom. Thrust set to climb. Autopilot's on and active and working as it should be. Nose light and runway turn off lights. Did I get those already? No, I did not. Boom. And off. Off. Great. Past the transition now, we need standard. Good. Once, twice. I'll leave this one here. APU, nose light, runway lights turn off, lights fine. Climb, barometric graphics changed now, we're past the transition. Above 10,000 feet, we'll put on the landing lights. We were just coming up to that now. We'll turn them off, should I say, and they're now off and retracted. Anti-ice is required, no issues there. The moment, safety belt sign off. That happens quick, doesn't it? Off. Now you can all get out of the toilets. Get to the toilets, you know. That's what's going to happen now. You'll hear the toilets flushing in the background. And you'll be like, what?
You may realize your safety belt and scramble around the cabin now. We'll be passing out alcohol shortly. Please order more than just one drink at a time, as is customary. And toilets are also ready for use while you left each two
there you go.
to defecate if beyond us.
I'll accept that now when at the end of the stream. I always do, you know. You don't need to, but you can if you want to. It's no big deal. You'll see me then when we're flying around to the stream without having to look for gripper sim. You know, to look for it. So we're coming out. That's all fine. And we're climbing away 12,000 feet now for 31,000 feet. And we're going to hit the cruise. Let's get ready for our... we've only got 185 miles to go. We're going to be going up and down, folks. So let's get our arrival information set in. Let's go back to my flight. Let's go to alternate. Sorry, not alternate. Arrival. QNH is 1011. I'm going to put this in here. 1011. 1. I'll do the others later. So that's QH. Let's go in here now. Let us go into performance. Next phase, climbs managed, cruise is managed, the descent is managed, and we have 1011. 1011, correct. Boom. Temperature is 6. Oh, it's going to be an interesting landing, folks. The temperature is 6 degrees and the dew point is 6. It's going to be one of those. I love it. Please be bad weather. When the temperature is the same as the dew point, what have we got? You got fog, moisture in the air. You know, 250 at 4 knots is our 240 at 4 knots is the wind at 6 meters. Transition level is 7,000 feet. Barrow, no, let's look into that. Let's have a look outside now while we're climbing, just for some eye candy purposes, folks. Ooh, look. Don't you love it? Look at that. Cook Scotland, don't worry, I will accept that after the stream. There's the boys there following along with us. Right. Happy days. See them there, and you've got your... Come and join us, folks. Anytime. Who is that? Let's clutter up momentarily. And it's not showing the tags again. Everyone except for the 2 boys there. Everyone except for the 2 boys. It's so annoying. It takes... you know, it's showing Angus Pigo there, who's about 100 miles away. You know, but not our lads. There's some there at the bottom. There's Captain Jumbo there. See what this is as well? Anyway, it's not showing the lads flying along with this. Oh, wow. Okay. Let's clutter down here and go back into the cockpit. And let's get ready for our approach. Because, you know, there's something that's going to be forgotten. Now, we've got to plan our approach. Let us go to... Now we're 18,000 feet now. And that's all good. So we are going to... Geneva, which is Lima Sierra Golf. Boom. Boom. Coming into runway 22. ILS localizer 22. Bang. And go. 7,000 feet. Oh, right. This is a maintenance area here. Of course, we're going to Switzerland, folks. Alright, fine. So, 7,000 feet. We start to descend for 4,000 feet to intercept the ILS. It's an interesting one. It comes quite high. There we go. Frequencies 108.7 to 2.4. Now our barrow, we are going into ILS Cat 1, is it? Cat ILS, missed approach, climb gradient 3.4 up, okay, fine. Decision altitude, decision height 1565. 1565. 1565. This is going to be interesting for me. 1565. I haven't done any of these complicated on the barrel. 1565. That's our decision height. Which, remember, right? Height of the runway. Now, height of the runway is 1365 feet. 1365. Well, this is going to be an interesting one. Mr. Approach, initial climb, clearance 7,000 feet. Climb straight ahead. Great. So when I'm at my altitude, I'm going to put it down to 7,000 feet. Okay, fine. Good. Okay. What else have you got here? Everything's set up. Great. Have the winds changed? I want full flaps there. Has the winds changed there? Boom. Just let's double check. 66 1011. Fine. Winds are 250 at 4 knots. Wind isn't a problem because we are coming into runway 22. Not going to be an issue. The flight sim won't do a crosswind landing. You won't survive a landing if it's over 15 knots. It's just not modeled properly. So we've got this guy here. Oh yeah, did I not put those on? Transponder's on, and the TCAS is on. It's on advisory mode only. Okay. I'm just zooming up here to get ahead of time. That white arrow down here, can you see the little white arrow? That is when we start descending. Let's play with some numbers in our, just to confirm. I don't really trust computers, and I know it's a stupid thing to say, but I like to do pathetically dumb sanity checks. Crazy sanity checks. So we are going to be at, what was it, 31,000 feet. So 31 multiplied by 3 is 93, plus 10 is 103, minus 7,000 feet, 96 nautical miles. Let's look at the 7 from. So I'm guessing we're going to have to start descending at 96 nautical miles out. So I'm playing a game here, whereas if I get as close, see when that arrow is just right on our airplane, the white one there, we should be 96 here. So we've got 40 odd miles to go. Just under 50 nautical miles to go before we start descending. You know, we're only in the we're not even in the cruise yet. We're still climbing. Let's have a look outside and get you some eye candy. Let us and I have a look at the comments. I'll get rid of the cam there of the throttles. I'll get rid of my face just temporarily for some eye candy purposes, and let's have a look at the comments. Let's have a look at YouTube here. Clappy D is chatting away there. Bakerfly, you're chatting away with each other. Great. Official Sharkaft, let's fly. Official, welcome. Welcome to the Madness Official. Great to see you. And Peter Bevington's back with us as well. He says, hi, why are you not using the Bravo? What are you using instead? Brilliant question, Peter. I just want, so before I answer your question, Peter, I want to thank you to Air IK3 for following. Air, thank you very much, and I appreciate that. AIR LK3, tell me how to pronounce that in the chat, because I know there's something smart in there. I know you're all like your acronyms and stuff, and I just don't get it sometimes. I know, it's terrible. Now, the question with my controls. Okay, let's get going here. Now, I'm using following. I'll get you a good picture here. Get you a good picture. Airbus. Thrustmaster Airbus. Here we go. I'm using this. Thrustmaster TCA. Now, it comes in a box for 200 quid like this, right? And you can get add-ons for it. Yeah, I accept that. So that is really very good. That's what I'm using, okay? And they have the detents just like for the Airbus. I'm not using the joystick, as you can see, because I only have... What I actually have myself is this setup here. Where are you? Just these ones here. See that? I have that. Okay? You can get the add-ons, and it's got all the detents for the Airbus. But don't worry, because the joystick and everything here can be used for any flight sim at all. You know, and I think they're great. Now there is detents on it, but you can get rid of the detents. Do you know, like the real Airbus? And what I mean by detent, is, you see here, this is very important in an Airbus. You don't just add the throttle forward. So it clicks in here to climb. Right, and that's, you fly autopilot and that all the way. Flex is for taking off, so you use full power basically. And then you've got toga power. Toga's full power down here. So it kind of clicks into place in each one, but you can remove that. You know, but it really is very good, I have to say. That's what I'm using. Now, I know I'm spoiled because I have the Bravo as well. But I wanted the detents because I got it into my head that I wanted to get to know the Airbus. For God knows why. So I'm going to do this every evening. You know, now not the same thing entirely every, you know, I want to learn one new thing every flight. Yesterday I didn't learn anything new because there's always someone on to teach me something new, and as a result we all learn something new. So I hope that answers your question there, Peter. Good. Air Ike 3, Air Ike maybe? Is Eric. Ah, nice one, Eric. So Air Eric. Okay, cruise checks. Let's just make sure they're complete. Cruise. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Alright, cruise checks. I'm just looking at my checklist here. Okay, JKK, check weather. Okay, I've done that. Select approach. Weather's going to be bad. Pro visibility. QNH is set. I have the QNH temperature, I have the winds, I have the transition altitude, 7,000 feet, I have the minimums, I have the landing config. Grand. Happy days. Done. Now, welcome to the cruise. Did you get the cruise thing? Yeah, I think you did. In other words, I'm speaking English here. What the deuce? Overspeed. The autopilot disconnected. What the deuce? Taking the power back. Autopilot disconnects because I took the power back. Back to climb. That's the other land, sorry. Why did we overspeed there, folks? Why did we overspeed? We're going too fast. We shouldn't be up that high. We should be down here. So why are we overspeeding there? What happened there? I don't know what happened there. Sometimes when you come out... Oh, the auto throttle disconnected. Here it is here. So the auto throttle disconnected. Now it's slowing down. So somehow I must have hit the throttles. Meaning now I have to tighten those detents. There we go. So, yeah, I'm just thinking here what happened now. Let's get the camera back. Let's get the camera back. So there's the throttles that I'm using here. See? But the camera's in a bad position. And it just takes up space at the moment. So I'm going to get rid of that. So my hand hit, and I was explaining, I think it hit the controls there. Now, the cruise checks are complete. And this is going to be interesting. Now, this is a high altitude airport, folks. Some of these high altitude airports, I believe captains have to do a course, you know, to go into those places, and the first officer probably as well. Robert Time says in Twitch, he says, in the 737 you turn the physical knob to radio for height and the barra for altitude minimums. Better not to insert 200 while using the altitude knob in this case. I meant while using the barrow knob in this case. So 737 you turn the physical knob to radio for height. Oh yeah, because we could be... See, people are telling me different things, so yeah, I could do that as well. Isn't it safer using the radar though? Right? Because... Of course, buttons is kicked off now. Jeez, the buttons is kicked off, folks. And let's start her descent. She's going to start distracting me now. You know it. No, but... She's going to start chewing stuff. I can't get the camera far enough so you can see what's happening. Here she comes. Here she comes. Buttons. It's a very important part. It's a very important part now coming up. Use the buttons. That means I have to give her a thing. You know what it is. Now, am I going to get my guess right? So 2.5 miles. We're now 83. So I was a bit off there. And I said 96. So okay, I'll accept that. Now what I'm going to do, just out of curiosity, I'm going to set, and I should have set this down here to 7,000 feet earlier on. And let's push it. Now, it won't descend just yet. Right, because it's... Oh, well, yeah, there we go. Coming down. Right, so we're descending now. We're descending. Producer buttons, would you please... Do you know what I'm going to do, folks? I'm going to run out here and get producer buttons a treat, okay? I have to, otherwise she's going to mess up the landing on me. She's going to drive me nuts.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will be making our approach shortly. We ask that you
I'll be
take
back in
your
a second.
things to your seat and fasten your safety belt. We'll be offering more things shortly. Also, we would like to take this time to thank you all of our subscribers and members for supporting our endeavors. If you are not a subscriber on Twitter or member on YouTube, please consider joining in order to secure our adventures far into the future. Thank you.
Now, producer buttons, hang on to get the camera so people can see, peeps can see that you're being well looked after. Here you go. There you go, little dog. Okay, 28,000 feet now, I'm descending. Will we make it? Now, I had a few things going on in my head there. With regards to that 7,000 feet I've set. Okay, I didn't really examine the plates, as you know. So I'm thinking, do I set 7,000 feet here? Really intercept the ILS at 4,000 feet. You know, and then set the go around altitude. So my brain is telling me to go 4. No particular reason. So I'm going to go to 4. Transition altitude, I said, was 7, wasn't it? Yes. The transition is 7. 26,000 feet. We are 65 miles out. And we're going. Good. Let's have a look outside. I want to examine a few more things. Let's have a look at your comments there. Let's have a look at YouTube. Thank you, Cockpit, for putting the link for the Discord there. Everyone, the Discord is great for learning stuff. Everyone's so helpful. I use it myself from time to time, believe me. I should be on it more than I'd want to be, but of course I'm doing this, aren't I? I'd like to be on it a lot more. But when I get stuck, I see people putting messages on. I don't be disillusioned. I do read it as much as I can, including all the YouTube comments and stuff. I do read them. Like I'm doing in the middle of something else, you know, so I don't get time to reply, which is infuriating. That's producer Button's job. She's not doing it. So there you go. There, I put the Discord in Twitch as well there. Mega Flight says, I think I had stewardesses on my flight. Last flight. Yes. Yes, it did. Mega Flight says, how can I see the A380 when I don't have it? Exactly. That's my point. Is that a bug? That's only happened after the update. Peter Bevington says, hi, why are you not... Oh yeah, I read that already. Equinus says, waves. Oh, you wave at me. Brilliant. AK, greetings. He says, what's your PC specs? Okay, AK, I have an i9-9990 processor. It's about 3 years old now. If not more. Jesus, it could be 4 or 5 years old. So I have an i9 processor. I have a 3080 Ti. I am very lucky, but you don't need it. You don't need the fancy graphics card. All you need is 24 point something frames a second. That's what you're watching your movies on, by the way. So I have mine set to 30 frames a second, and it's perfectly smooth. And that's what the movies use, 24 point something. What else do I have? A very important, an M.2 drive. I've only got flight sim on the M.2 drive because it reads it really quickly. And I got, that's 2 terabytes, I think. Or is it 1? I think it's 1 terabyte. So yeah, 3080 Ti, an i99 processor, 32 gigs of RAM. And that's it really, isn't it? Yeah, that's what I have. Okay, welcome by the way. Now back to the flight. Let's get the checklist out. Descent checklist. FCDU altitude is set. Safety belt signs, we can put those on. Anti-ice. No, I think we're okay for icing. It's on auto anyway. Barometric reference. We're going to wait till 7,000 feet for that. 1 hour and 10,000 feet landing lights on. And I have an extra note here for myself, the Q and H. So we'll have a look. There's one of the boys there now, look. If I clutter up here now, it's not showing any one of ours. It's infuriating. I don't see outside here. I wonder how... sometimes you come out, you're out here, right? This has happened to me many times. And it disconnects the autopilot, and I don't know why. There's the gun. There's Raptor. The jungle... Are you with us, the jungle Mystic? Dr. Angus, are you with us? There's another one there flying behind me. I can see you, but it's not showing your tag. It's very annoying. You know? And there's one there to the right there. There's another one of us. Ooh, there we go. That's one of the boys there. That's one of the boys there. 17,000 feet. I don't know. This isn't going well here. We're 42 miles out. Should not be lower. I just always get a little bit edgy at this point of the flight, because it has happened. I was too high a few times early on. Remember that? You know, when I was really, really dumb. I'm a little bit there now, aren't I, with regards to flying this? Because of those of you who've just joined us, I've learned on stream asking people what to do. Yep. A Lonely Reaper says, I now had 2 crashes to desktops. Well, do you know what, Lonely Reaper, I did in the last update? You'll notice I didn't stream on the day of the release. Well, none of us really could, but because it takes so long. I removed everything from the computer. I removed Flight Simulator entirely to clear anything up, and I reinstalled the whole thing, and then I updated to the update 11 in the hope that would fix things. While I'm talking to you, by the way, I'm looking here. So these this band here and this band here, that's my speed range here. So I'm going to be in that area here to stay on the descent profile. That's that little dot there. So we're on the descent profile. See the green dot? And we're on the descent profile nicely. So computer says yes. You know, in this case, now 14,000 feet. Now, what's my next job? Right, my next job is to put the landing lights on at 10,000 feet. And I will do that. They are retracted, thankfully. That's my next job. And at 7,000 feet is the Q and H. And then I'm going to do the checklist as best I can. Descent, I've done the descent checklist. ND range constraints are displayed. Yes, they are. So I'm just getting ahead of myself. Confirm ILS frequency. So let's do that now. So I'm going to go into performance. No, RadNav. 108.7. I remember that from the Navograph here. Let's have a look here. Frequency is 108.7. The approach course 224. 224. So 108.7. Boom. Approach course is, here it says 223. It's always 1 degree out. I don't know why. Most of the time. The VOR frequency here is 115.75. There we go. So we got the VOR plugged in there, and you know we can use the VOR. We can put it in here. Boom. Come on. So you got the VOR dead ahead there. See that? So what I'll do is I'll be clever. No, I don't want you. Go away. Go away. You go away. I'll put it over the first officer side. So you can see the VOR here. See it on top? And also you can do this. There you go. Old school. It's an ILS as well, which is nice. Let's put the terrain radar on his side and clean that up a little bit. That'll do. Okay, so he's got his terrain radar on. Confirm ILS frequency is done. Intercept heading, localizer at 10 miles. Okay, so at 10,000 feet, I'm going to put on the landing lights. And then I am going to, at 7,000 feet, switch standard to 1011. Right, 1011, which is the Q and H. And we're talking 1012 now. See, it's changed. So 1012 is the new Q and H. So keep it updated. 1012 once, 1012. Am I going too fast here? Yes. I'm adding the speed brakes very slowly there. Boom. Yeah, something else in my mind here as well. See, we're too high now, look. Now, why am I too high? This happens to me always in high altitude airports, and I don't know why. 18 miles out. We're at 9,000 feet now, so 17 miles out, we might make it. Just a little bit too fast is all. We're going to make it. We'll be good. Landing lights on. We're back on profile. We're coming back into profile now, and I want 10 flaps. A little bit early, but that's fine. Euclid says back to work. Recorder. What does that mean? Oh, thank you, Clappy D. Clappy D, you're a hero of the channel. Thank you. You've done that to me several times because you know it gets busy and things are forgotten. Flight recorder, come on, flight recorder. Let's go. Recording the flight. Thank you very much, Clappy D. You are a hero. Now we're back in profile. Take the brakes off. And we're all good. What else have we got to do? Right now, we're 13 miles into it. We have now passed our transition. And the transition is 1012. Oh, this is a problem for me. It takes too long to do this. 1021 twice. 1012 thrice. We're fighting to get below the glide slope now. I'm going to slow things down a little bit. Just adding a bit of speed brake. Flaps setting to 2. And gear down. That slows down. They're coming down. Oh, good. Let's declutter. And I'm going to take it from about 10 miles out. So it gets busy. You know, it gets very, very busy. Okay, checklist. Entry rate set, constraint set, confirm ILS frequency done, intercept heading, localizer 10 miles out, flaps 1, go around altitude set. Go altitude is 7,000 feet. Let's set that, 7,000 feet for the go around. There we go, speed's good. Gear down, flaps 3. I'm a little bit ahead of things, I know. That's fine for now. What flaps do? Landing gear, landing lights are off, spoilers and armed. On spoilers, and let's get the brakes, auto brakes on, and only go to medium. Auto brakes are set, and let's hit the approach. approach for the autopilot. We're underneath it, that's fine. Approach mode is armed. Landing gear spoilers, landing gear down, 3 green spots. Okay, good. We're all done. Landing checklist complete. Can't see anything. Ah, we don't have any haze, folks. I can see the runway. How boring. How boring you can see the runway. I don't want to see the runway. I want to be in fog. We get it once or twice. The mouse button is not doing it all once. Okay, I'm going to keep my view here. I'm going to disconnect the autopilot with my fingers. I hope it works. No, we'll do it now. Autopilot off. My aircraft is going to bing now. I'm at my airplane. Full flaps now. It's going to want a balloon. And I want 800 feet a minute. 600 feet looks good. It trims itself. I'm not looking outside, I'm just looking in here in the sun. Don't crash in me now. Don't crash in me, flight sim. I'm feeling tense. Is the autopilot off? No, it's not. Off with you. Autopilot's off my airplane. Less is more. Less is more. There's someone flying around there. Don't worry, you won't activate the TCAS because I switched it to advisory only. Yeah. Ah, so you can fly in front of me all you like. But don't ruin the view. Do you know? Don't ruin the view for me. Eyes in sight now. So it's doing this stoppy thing on me now. You hear that? I kind of just paused for a second. That makes me very, very nervous. This airport as well is also from the store. Only the best for my viewers. And we're looking good here. There's no wind to speak of. It's dead ahead. It's about 6 or 7 knots. A little bit from the right, but nothing to speak of. So no issues with the crosswind effects. Less is more on the control column. Do I have that camera? No, I don't. Sorry, folks. There we go. Now you can see my movements. So less is more on the controls. You know, kind of set it up. And less is more, isn't it? Now it wants to balloon there for some reason. It's not gusty. And it always takes me in too high. You know, so I'm going to come a little bit below there. There's 900 feet. No, I want about 600 to 800 feet a minute, please. 600 to 800 feet a minute. Not 1,000, please.
500.
Thank you. So less is more. See? Let it do it itself. Eyes outside now. We're too high. See, it always does that to me in the last bit. And I don't want to lower the nose below the horizon. That'd scare the shit out of the passengers, wouldn't it? Hands now are on the throttles. So I can reverse the thrust. And that movement there messed me up entirely. See, it's too high. I want those. There we go. Taking the throttle is mine now. Throttle is mine.
Minimum.
Continue. It always takes us in too high, folks.
50.
Okay,
40,
I want to grease her now.
20. Retard.
On the centre line. There we go. Let the nose come down gently. A bit of back pressure there to stick. Reverse thrust on. There we go. 80 knots. And 60 knots. I hardly need to use the brakes there, folks. Welcome to Geneva. That was fun. That was fun. I would have preferred it if the weather was really bad, because I saw the temperature and the dew point the same. I just assumed it would be zero visibility. Now it did say 10k or more, but I was hoping when we got there it would be worse. Look at all those liveries, folks. Look at all those liveries. It's a bit. There's one of the boys there. I'm gonna come to a halt here and clean everything up. Now, use the buttons. You know, you didn't distract me too much there in final, so good dog. I'm just gonna hold here. Right, I'm gonna get to a gate. We're gonna get to a gate. Right, back brake on, and here's buttons. She just wants to say hello to you all, folks. That's all. There you go. Look at the happy little dog with her back and tail. So did you enjoy that piece of buttons? Now you, yeah, if you go down here, yeah, I know. Oh, come on. Let me show you what's happening here, folks. This is what's happening. And I get you another camera here, look. This is what happens when I'm in final. The minute I get the cameras ready, she's going to go. You know? No. Oh, she's gone now. Okay. Flaps up. Flaps up. Landing lights off. We're going to have a look at the replay now shortly. Clappy D, you're a hero. Off. That's the taxi. We want to get rid of the transponder and the TCAS. Put on standby. And brakes are spoilers are disarmed. And I think that should do. Let's have a look at the checklist. Won't take long now to taxi to the gates, folks, because it's not a complicated airport. This is a brilliant airport for VATSIM, so you don't get mixed up with the taxiways. The only time will tell how that works. Let's see what the flight sim gives us, you know. So let's keep going all the way to the end. After landing, weather radar off. There was something I forgot. I knew there was something. Predictor wind shear can come off as well. Weather radar off. Flaps are retracted. Yes. TCAS is off. The transponder standby. Yeah. Predictor wind shear is off. I did that as well. Nose light to taxi. I've done that. Landing light is off. Yes. Spoilers are retracted. APU master on. I will put the APU on as well. Just see as it says it. An anti-ice is required. That's all on auto. And start the APU. Let's go to the gate now. Let's have some fun. Let's have a look around this airport because I haven't looked at it yet. The reason this aircraft is sitting in the air, these are our guys, I'd say, it's because the new airport has a bit more accurate terrain, heights and whatnot, you know. So let's get to the ATC here. This is where the fun coming in VATSIM. The only thing that worries me in the VATSIM is taxi. But these simple airports, you know, happy days. Ground, I'm looking for, no, back to clearance. Taxi, request parking to gates, that's what I want. Yeah, what about this day? It's not over yet. Grip is A320. Okay, thank you. Taxi to gate 12. Gate 12. Via Charlie outer link 4 inner. I did copy, but it didn't go in. So to gate 12, via taxiway Charlie, outer link 4. Now, as I said there yesterday, I'm going to slow down here because you all know I'm not taking the taxiing seriously. So this would be a brief before you leave or what. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the taxi and you would study the plate for the taxi airport here. And actually we can see our position. Oh, it has it somewhere else now. Why does it do that? Here we go. Boom. Right, now the moving map's on. Now if we go back to taxi here and at the airport again here. Boom. It's not no, it's not, that's not the right one. It'll only show you where the aircraft position is in one of them. Thought it would be this one here. So why isn't it showing up? Oh, on. Airport. Now you see our position now? So here we are. So how can I make sense of this? That tells me 0. It's not telling me where I am. I can look out here. See, the real ATC would say, take a right now onto that. So we want to go to outer link 4. We're on outer. That's link. Is link 5 down there? Charlie. So that's Alpha. So where's Charlie? Do you know? It's got to be down this way. I can break off. Let's taxi forward and get parked up. Come on. Come on. I love the way you have to add a bit of power for it to overcome the mass of the aircraft in order to move forward. Let's get that camera out of there. Let's clean up some real estate here as well. Let's get that cam out of here. There we go. Link 4, I'm presuming, is down here. There's link 5 on the ground. Please be ahead, link 4. Outer D. Link 4 inner. So outer. Jeez. Well, that's outer there. See, it may have given me the instructions. I don't know. What was the gate? 12. So I can only see this is 64 here. Is that gate 64 or parking 64? So I don't see any gate numbers there from this distance. So that's 63. Okay. 63. Link 3, link 4 dead ahead here. See that there? It says link 4 there. It's quite choppy now, isn't it? Is it a little bit choppy? It shouldn't be. So we're going the right direction. I wish it showed up. He's not really flying a big jet. He's flying an F-22 and it's not showing up either. Oh, link 4 that says. Didn't that say link 4? We can't reverse. Let's have a look outside. Let's cheat. Let's cheat. Link 4 inner. Oh, I should be taxiing along in this side here. I should be taxiing in here, folks, right? So this is the inner. And gauge 12. Busy airport. Okay, well, let's put on the baby wheels. Let's put on the baby wheels, so we should be on the inner. Let's turn into the inner then. Come on, adding power. We do have some errors here, I'm aware of that. Side 6 fault, calibrate null zones, that's okay. That's alright. Come on. So now I know what inner means and outer. There we go. And it's a right turn here. Oh no, left turn. No, it's a right turn. I was right the first time. There we are. Okay. The only reason I follow this, well, is going to get to know the taxiways, but God, it's packed full of airplanes and stuff, folks. And they don't have a marshaller, which saddens me. I like the marshallers. Sometimes you get them, sometimes you don't, folks. Do you know? And this is a paid airport. And I did download a thing. It's like it tells you how to taxi in and when to stop. Some sort of add-on. And it ain't there in this one. So we're here now. And what can one do? Now I'm going to put the flaps back down, okay? Because that's what you had in landing. And it doesn't record all the stuff as you actually do it, which is infuriating. One day they'll have a recorder, hopefully, that records all the stuff. Great. Now, I'm going to put the parking brake on. I'm not going to shut down the aircraft because we want to have a look at the airport and then the replay. Let's have a quick look at the airport. Now, I noticed something pulling in the gate, and it was really cool, right? And I'm delighted. But it's a little bit... Can't really see it from here. So I could see people inside moving. You see it's slightly moving? I love that. And I'm delighted to have that because I could see it. I don't know if you could see it. Can you see it here? Oh, that's a bug there. But I could see these folks moving and that just immerses you a little bit more. Producer buttons, could you come away from there, please? Thank you. So that's great, right? I'm not really one to go on about the interior, but I like the way it's simple. You don't need any fancy stuff. Just a few people moving about and walking is great. You know, especially when they walk over. But that's just for when you're in the gate. And that's all important, isn't it? You know? So that's nice. What is he doing there? I don't know. On top of all the cars. Is that one of ours? Let's flutter up and see. It's Red Cap. A no new Reaper. Naughty boys! There's an Air France jet coming in. That's the real traffic. Okay. That's the real world traffic. And it's a very detailed airport. I feel it's a bit stuttery though. You know, is that that's update? That's the update. But look at all the mountains off of the distance and stuff. See all the aircraft taxiing? There's one guy there, future cube. But this is actual real world traffic. Here. Lots of traffic. And you know what? Once you get to know this airport, you'll know them all, I guess. We've only got one long taxiway. There you go. There's Johnny F flying around the F-73. Let's get our camera back. And let's have a look at the replay, folks. Replay coming up. And let's see how well I did. I like the way it went. Let us just get that replay here. Stop recording. Replay. Let's pause the replay. Bring it down a bit. Resume. Now you won't notice this time a flinch. I'll declutter there. There's Johnny F. I can see Deep Future. Raptor X in that bunch there. Now you won't see a flinch. Sometimes you see a flinch in the aircraft when I take over. Not anymore. Mostly because there's no wind. The crosswind, mostly because there's no crosswind. Because crosswind over 13, 15 knots, it doesn't behave like it should do. I'm telling you that right now. It does not behave in a crosswind like a simulator should. It had it in all their other versions of Microsoft Flight Simulator, but not this one for some reason. So here's what I'm going to explain to you. If there's a crosswind coming from this side here, right, the wind is blowing along here, it hits the tail. The tail pushes the nose to the right a little bit. So you crab it in, you straighten up at rudder, wing into wind, and you land easy with 15 knots crosswind. I think up to 30 actually. On this, I believe, is 30 knots crosswind limit. And you get it down, but with 15 knot headwind, you won't keep it on the runway in the simulator. So if you're having bad landings, you can't keep it on the runway if the even at the limit of the aircraft, it's not right. Because it extends past the limit in reality. You know, I landed 150 with something close to a 40 knot crosswind, but it was steady and smooth. I was coming back from somewhere, it was unexpected, so I didn't do it on purpose. But it landed really well. You know, it landed really well. Considering it was a very strong but steady crosswind. And I didn't have to go around. I was amazed. I was absolutely amazed. Best landing I ever did. Purely because of the weather conditions, you know. So the sun was right in our face there. I'm all manual coming in here. I wasn't going too fast or too slow. I was on the pappies and always at the last bit. See there, it's gone to white there now. It always puts me in too high. I don't know what happens there. The nose seems to go up. I have it set up. I'm not doing anything. You shouldn't have to do much, you know, with the controls. But it was fine. They're too low. Now we're perfect. You know, see the pappies there? That's what I'm looking at, those lights there. Let's have a look at the side view. Like this maybe, so you get all the wheels in view. Did we get the touchdown markers? Those two ones coming up? Yes, I did. Just after. Boom. Very nice. And I delayed the nose wheel coming down. And boom. And the reverse thrust. Well, happy days. Not bad, no? I'm happy with that. I will sleep tonight. So, what I'm looking for here now is consistency, you know, and that's quite good. We're doing now stream for almost 2 hours now. So, it was an interesting trip. Flight time is probably about an hour, 50 minutes for the setup and go. On happy days. So, Geneva is a good one to have, I think. I'm very pleased with it. You know, these are the airports I collect on purpose because I want a VAT sim and I don't want to be confused with taxiways with these big international airports until I get used to the smaller ones first, you know. Happy days. So let's say goodbye to the guys. Thank you very much, Deep Future. Who's that? Future Cube? I don't think he's with us though, he's taken off. DCS Ducks, thank you. And again, it's not showing everyone's tag, but I think I mentioned everyone. This Raptor X, this Lonely Reaper, this Red Cap, this Bakerfly, the Gun, Sim Rapson, are you with us as well? And Tim gets sponged. Very good. And someone flying there, but oh, that's D1SLC PTIK. Welcome. Now I know some of you are probably flying with us, and you've got a different handle than you do on the YouTube or Twitch. It's different to what's in the sim. That's fine, but we'll get to know you as time goes on, folks. So thank you very much. I'll start saying goodbye to everybody. Let me just say hello to the comments on YouTube there. So flopping up. Crappy D, see you later. Blue Wolf, thank you very much. How are you? Valstorm says hi to Producer Buttons. She's settled down. She's settled down a little bit. But at first, though, where'd my mouse go? At first, though, oh, the camera. I need a producer, folks. You'll see a little pile of broken, torn up things there, see? Little bits, but she's gone to sleep now. You know, she got a treat. So she's gone to sleep. So a little bit of a mess to clean up later on. A little bit of a mess to clean later on. DCS success, yeah, it's more a bug since the update. So Flight Sim's bug since the update, as I semi-expected. And there you go. Lonely Reef says, no, not. I'm in the Hawk. Okay. You're not in a black for me. Oh yeah, I talk to each other. Great. Thank you all. Thank you all for following. Take care, Gab. Take care. We'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully, Cheddar Key. Oh, poor Cheddar Key only just arrived, or he'll be on tomorrow night, Cheddar Key, and hopefully you'll be able to watch the replay on YouTube, Cheddar Key. So we are good to go. Thank you very much, Air Eric, for following. Thank you very much for G Cook Scotland. G Cook Scotland to resubscribe Prime for 2 months. Thank you for supporting the channel. Without you guys, we would not be able to have the scenery for the channel or anything like that. Also, Mert in Neo, thank you for following, and Booms1 followed as well as John Start 423 there earlier on during the yesterday. So, folks, I'll leave you. I won't drag it out any longer. I'll be on tomorrow. We're going to go for 6 tomorrow. I'm going to go for 6 tomorrow, okay? I think that suits most. No worries, G Cook, and thank you for supporting the channel. Big time. So I'll see you tomorrow at 6 o'clock local time, Irish UK time. And I'm looking for the button here for the outro. It's only a short outro. But folks, thanks a million. See you very soon. And now.